The Appalachian Mountains, 480 million years old, older than dinosaurs, older than time itself. And in these mountains live 7 creatures that shouldn't exist. Tonight, we're going to talk about 7 terrifying creatures seen in the Appalachian Mountains. Let's begin. Creature number 1, the knot deer. Imagine you're camping alone. It's late at night. Your campfire is dying down. Then you see a deer at the edge of the light. But something is wrong. This deer doesn't blink. Its eyes stare at you in a way that isn't how animals stare. It's how humans stare. Then you realize its back legs are bent the wrong way, like human legs forced to stand like an animal. When it steps, there's no sound. No hooves hitting the ground. Too smooth, too silent. Your instinct screams, "Don't move." And when the creature turns to leave, its head stays facing you. Its neck rotates 180 degrees. Keeps staring until it disappears into the darkness. Locals call it the knot deer, not a deer. Something trying to be a deer, but failing. If you ever see a deer that feels wrong, trust your instinct and don't approach. Creature number 2, the Tailypo. There was an old hunter living alone in a wooden cabin. One winter night, he was starving. Suddenly, from under his bed, he saw something. A long black furry tail dragging out from a crack in the floor. Without thinking, he swung his axe. Chop. The tail came off. Whatever owned it screamed, then ran away. That night, the hunter cooked the tail, and though it was strange, it was the most delicious meat he'd ever eaten. Midnight, he woke up. There was a sound outside. Tailypo, Tailypo. Give me back my Tailypo. His heart stopped. The voice got closer. Tailypo, Tailypo. I want my Tailypo back. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The door was being clawed from outside. I don't have your tail, hypo, the hunter shouted. Silence for a moment. Then the voice answered from inside the cabin, from under his bed. Yes, you do, and now I'm taking it back. The next morning, the cabin was empty. The hunter was gone. Only long scratches on the walls and the floor torn up from the inside. To this day, people still hear that voice. Tailypo, Tailypo. Creature number 3, the Wampus Cat. This is a Cherokee legend about a woman named Running Deer. One night, she was curious about the men's secret ritual, a ritual only men were allowed to see. She covered herself with a cougar skin and followed them in secret. In the forest, she heard sacred stories, but one of the elders sensed something wrong. There are eyes that shouldn't be watching. They found Running Deer, and the chief shook his head sadly. You have broken sacred law. You must pay. The shamans began to sing a curse song, and the cougar skin she wore fused with her flesh. Her legs multiplied. 2, 4, 6 legs. Her face elongated into a snout. Her eyes glowed yellow. She tried to scream, but what came out was a roar. Running Deer became the Wampus Cat, a giant 6-legged cat, cursed forever. To this day, hikers see a large 6-legged cat with glowing eyes in the darkness. They say, if you see the Wampus Cat, misfortune will come, because she's still angry, still feels wronged. Creature number 4, the moon-eyed people. According to ancient Cherokee legend, long before they lived in Appalachia, there was another race there first, pale-skinned people, very pale, with very large eyes that could only see at night. They were called the moon-eyed people. When the sun rose, they were blinded, so they lived in deep caves, only coming out during the full moon. The Cherokee say they waged war against the moon-eyed people and drove them deeper into the mountains. But they didn't die. Hikers sometimes find strange caves in Appalachia. Caves with unknown symbols. Caves that are too deep, too dark. And sometimes, on full moon nights, people see pale figures with large eyes peering from cracks in the rocks. They don't attack, they just watch. There's a theory that the moon-eyed people might have been Europeans or Welsh who arrived earlier, but locals have a simpler explanation. They're not human. They never were human, and they're still there, in the depths, waiting for a night dark enough to come out again. Creature number 5, the Mothman. November 1966. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. 4 young people were driving past an old factory area. Suddenly they saw something. A tall figure, over 2 meters, standing in the shadows. Then the figure opened its wings. Giant wings, more than 3 meters wide, and its eyes glowing red like fire. They hit the gas, but the creature flew after them at speeds of 100 miles per hour. In the following months, dozens of people reported seeing the Mothman, always before major disasters. December 15th, 1967. The Silver Bridge in Point Pleasant collapsed. 46 people died. Some witnesses say they saw the Mothman standing on the bridge just before it collapsed. Since then, the Mothman appears before disasters. At Chernobyl, at 9/11s, at the Japan tsunami. Some say he's a warning, others say he's the cause, but everyone agrees. If you see a winged figure with glowing red eyes, run. Don't ask questions. Don't wait, because something bad is coming. Creature number 6, the Snallygaster. This creature comes from German-American folklore in Maryland, the eastern part of Appalachia. The Snallygaster is a dragon, but not a dragon from fairy tales. Its more terrifying, scaly reptilian body. Wings like a giant bat, a metal beak that can pierce steel, and fangs that can tear through iron. It hunts at night, snatching chickens, pigs, sometimes children who don't come home before dark. In 1909, strange incidents occurred. Many livestock were found dead, torn apart by something very strong, with bite marks unlike any animal. Local newspapers even wrote reports of sightings. The Washington Post reported, "Monster terrorizes Maryland villages." People started painting 7-pointed stars on their barns, an old German symbol to ward off demons. The most famous story: a farmer heard his chickens panicking at midnight. He grabbed his rifle and went outside. Above the chicken coop was a large creature, its wings spread wide, its eyes glowing green, its beak covered in blood. The farmer shot, but his bullets bounced off the creature's scales like hitting stone. The Snallygaster shrieked, a sound like metal scraping, then flew away. Nobody knows if it still exists, but on certain nights, people still hear that metallic screech in the Appalachian sky. Creature number 7, the Grafton Monster, 1964, Grafton, West Virginia. A reporter named Robert Cockrell was driving home at midnight. On the empty road, his headlights illuminated something. A white creature. Very white, like milk or paper. Nearly 3 meters tall, large and bulky body. Robert stopped completely. His car stalled because he forgot to press the clutch. The creature turned. Somehow, it knew Robert was there. Then, it started walking closer, slowly, its arms dragging, leaving marks on the ground. Robert tried to start the car. Once, failed. Twice, failed. The creature got closer. The third time, the engine started. Robert hit the gas, never looked back. Other sightings happened for years, always on the same road, always at midnight. Some say it's an alien. Others say it's an experiment gone wrong. But Grafton residents have a simple rule. If you're driving late at night and see something white and large on the road, Don't stop. Don't look. Don't wait for it to get closer, because nobody knows what happens to people who wait too long. 7 creatures, 7 stories, all from one place, the Appalachian Mountains. Some say these are just legends, imagination of lonely villagers. But legends don't survive hundreds of years without reason. And to this day, people still see them. So, if one day you're walking in Appalachia and you see something that doesn't make sense, remember these stories and trust your instinct. If you enjoyed these stories, hit that like button and subscribe for more creepy tales. Drop a comment and tell me which creature scared you the most. Until next time, stay safe out there.